This is Nick.
This is Vinny.
This is Steve.
And you're listening to the No Sense Podcast. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the No Sense Podcast.
We're back.
I'm one of your hosts, Vinny.
I'm Steve.
I'm Nick.
And hello, Nick. Nick's remoting in today.
I'm trying. We're trying.
We're trying. He's,
That PP do.
What that BP do, boy?
Apparently it doesn't run a computer.
Yeah, we can get like half-assed things going. Programs hate us right now.
Yeah, so anybody that has been listening, be patient. We're getting it figured out. We're trying to put out as much content as we can, but it's been a struggle to figure this all out because we're all pretty new at it, right? So, but we're, you know what? That being said, we're gonna try and give you a good episode today. So, what do we got for him? What we're gonna talk about first?
Well, I mean, it feels like we haven't done this in a while. I mean, everybody's been like traveling, and the last episode we did was with Kyle Dunbar. I'm pretty sure that went over well. I personally haven't watched all of it yet, and I just posted on social media yesterday that we did that interview. So far, like my social media hasn't like exploded or anything like that, but it seems like it's getting some okay likes, and hopefully, you know, some people kind of tune in and like hear what he has to say about his time on Geekmaster, which was, I don't know, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a fun show. Like that was a fun.
It was a fun one to edit. I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to do it. I was stuck in Louisiana for work that week, so if you get a chance to listen to it, try to watch it with video. I threw some little editor's notes in as I was editing, trying to be funny and shit because I wasn't there. But
and apologies in advance if Nick disappears. I'm going to keep an eye on it and try and get him back as soon as I can, but we've been having some problem with the remoting stuff, so.
And I will do what I can with the magic of editing to make this as seamless as possible.
Yeah, we're going to get through
And I'm just going to sit here.
Just sit there and look pretty, Nick.
Look pretty.
I'm going to try.
Isn't he a doll?
So.
Oh, gorgeous.
Weather here in the Midwest, especially in Omaha, where we're all located at, has been kind of fucking nuts lately.
I get mad when people tell me the weather's going to be mad, though, because like I try and keep my head in the sand so I don't have to like worry about it. And some guy at work today is like, there's a supercell coming tonight. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound good. And in my head, I was saying, and you can kiss my ass for saying that.
Yeah, the weather has been fucking brutal lately, and little rant on my part here. So the electrical infrastructure in my neighborhood is absolutely horrendous, and my neighborhood is on two separate electrical grids, and the dividing line is the street I live on. Whenever there's a storm, my side of the street loses power. The other side of the street never does, and it pisses me the fuck off.
There's a storm a brewing.
Maybe you should just somehow like get like a bunch of extension cords, you know, off the guys across the street and just be like, fuck you guys, I'm not losing power either.
Oh yeah, we always joke about that. We're friends with our neighbors across the street. It's like, yeah, just get a giant electrical cord, plug it into the front of our house. I'm like, yep, let's do it.
Here's what we do. We get one of those bicycles that have the generator on the back wheel, right? And we get the wives to just pedal out in the yard and generate electricity for the house. I would do it, but I'm fat and I would die.
Hey, I mean, it can make up for my wife not going to spin class.
There you go.
Ooh.
Either that or I'll do it. I'll get shredded from just powering my house.
Or great, really good nerd idea. We just get, oh God, what's the dad's name from the not Christmas Story, but
Clark
what
W.
Chevy Chase's
Griswold.
character. Yeah.
Oh my God,
So,
National Lampoons.
I don't know why I knew you were going there, but I did.
Yeah, we just go there. We just went there, and I suggested that we get him in on it to, you know, try to power up the power grid because he's really good at taking it away from everyone.
Yeah.
Redivert the grid to my house, please. I don't want to lose my fish tank again.
Yeah. Please don't be a dick because we hear you're a real dickhead.
So, any new car news lately that you've been tracking, Nick? You usually got a pretty good thumb on the pulse of that stuff.
Well, I guess I don't. There's a couple podcasts ago we were just kind of bullshitting and stuff and talking about like Honda and Nissan mergers and all that kind of stuff. Well, that fell apart. The Honda and there was Mitsubishi, Honda, and Toyota. Not a Toyota. Toyota's fine. Was Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi were going to merge, and that fell apart. I think Honda wanted like full control over everything, and that fell apart. So they got a new CEO, and I think he might be American. Don't quote me on that, but he's re-infrastructuring everything. And the GTR basically, at first they said it was going to go away, and then he was just kind of like, it's not going to go away forever. It's going to come back. Hopefully, it doesn't go full EV.
At least
kind of
hybrid
like,
or something, maybe.
Yeah.
It's actually funny you mentioned that the mergers fell through, because I actually just read literally this morning that apparently Nissan is pulling all of its manufacturing out of the U.S. Like they're shutting down all of their domestic plants, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just it's not going well for them, which is surprising because I mean like the truck lineup and everything was like doing really well for them this last couple of years. So I don't know if it's just something. I know Japan as a whole is having some really bad financial struggles with their economy. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that has.
I mean,
something to do with it.
they're nice cars from what I can tell. My buddy had a Maxima, and it was a great car. He just decided to trade it in for an EV because he wanted an electric vehicle. But when he had it, it was a sweet car. It's not like they're bad cars or anything.
Yeah. Speaking of EV, there's this company, and apologies if you can hear my dog barking at me. He's
Good.
want me to run around with them and chase them.
Can you show it? Dusty's a little fucking homie.
I can try to grab him, but every time I go to grab him, he runs away.
Oh.
So he's trying to get me to chase him.
I love that dog.
Come here. Come here. You want to see everybody? No. Yeah, he's gonna keep running away from me. I gotta trick him. Into coming to me and like grabbing him. So there's this company called Slate, and I want to say, let me look this up real fast, guys. Hold on 1 second. But it's a truck SUV hybrid that you can basically convert it to either SUV or truck. It starts out, I don't know if you can kind of see that. If you can see it, it looks like a weird little like kind of Tonka truck.
Yeah.
So this thing is supposedly they're trying to like sell this thing for, they're saying 20 grand.
If my fat ass would fit in that, I would drive it.
It's a two-seater. So I don't know, maybe. But I was really interested in it for me personally. I could use that as a write-off with my taxes because I'm an independent contractor with tattooing and stuff. So I have to, marginalize all my like write-offs and stuff. And like with government, they give like a $7,000 tax credit for anybody that drives an EV. That helps out with taxes. So I was very interested in this, but doing more research and like watching more videos, I was kind of sold. I was just kind of like, hey, under 20 grand, like I can get a truck and just drive around town and stuff. Like why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
But I think with costs and everything, with them figuring in that tax credit, then it's under 20 grand. But it's like almost a $30,000 truck that only has 150 miles for battery life, which that's shit.
I mean,
drive that to work a few days.
Yeah, like an around town thing. My buddy's first EV only had like an 83-mile range or something like that, but I only had to drive to and from downtown. So I mean, for just an around town driver, that's totally fine.
Yeah, and it's bare basic. So the body panels on this thing aren't metal. It's like some kind of hardened, like durable plastic or something.
Probably fiberglass, like the old.
Actually,
like
I think it's just straight up plastic. It's some kind of like
ABS or something, maybe.
Yeah, it's some kind of ABS plastic or something. So it's super durable. But it's very bare bones. It comes down with roll down windows. There's no radio. But the truck is super customizable. So basically, if there's anything that you wanted to put into it, you can. You can change on switch out panels inside this thing because everything's plastic. You just snap in and snap out shit. So yeah, roll down windows. It doesn't have, it's not all-wheel drive. That's one of the things that like killed it for me. That it's just a rear-wheel drive truck or
Yeah.
small SUV. So that kind of killed it for me. So I don't know. There was a lot of like, no, this isn't gonna check any of the boxes here for what I would need it for. So
So I'm not sold on the electric vehicle stuff by any means. But on this one, I would say it makes sense for them to keep it two-wheel drive because you're going to be pushing so much harder to push the differential, and split it into front and rear axles that you would not have near the battery life. I wouldn't think.
yeah. Well, and the funny thing is like you can reserve it and cancel the reservation for it's only $50. So it's not like you're out a ton of money even if they were, but they're stating that you can get it back.
Are you
So
going to do it?
that's they're working with people, I think, and trying to get buzz about it and everything, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the more I started to read into it and started to like kind of like read between the lines, it just kind of wasn't kind of a good seller for me.
Yeah.
So
New cars. I'm really hoping I can run mine into the dirt. I actually finally, literally this past Saturday, got a new radio put into my car, like 10 years after I got it, because it came with like the super basic like little LCD display that only shows you the time or whatever, and it actually had a CD player. Doesn't even have a backup cam, anything like that. I've been saying ever since I got it, I was eventually going to upgrade the infotainment system or whatever the hell you want to call it. Finally did it this past Friday or this past Saturday, and absolutely love that I finally did it. So I'm really hoping I can just run this little car into the dirt for another like 100,000 miles on it or something.
Yeah. If it's,
what'd you get?
I ended up going with a Kenwood. I think it was like a DMX 7707S or something like
did you
that.
have Stereo West put it in?
No, I didn't have anything special put in. It's like just the receiver thing, so
No,
I
but
can like.
who put it in for you?
Oh, I had Best Buy do it. It was free install.
Cool.
So there's a little story behind this because I tried to do this earlier this year, ordered everything. The day before the install is supposed to come in, Best Buy calls me and they're like, "Hey, we can't get the harness for the stereo. It's been recalled, and we don't know if or when there's ever going to be a replacement. We need to cancel everything." I'm like, God damn it. I finally pulled the trigger on this thing, and they're like, no, we're not doing it. So I did a little research, found the harness from another manufacturer, called them back. I'm like, hey, if I source the harness myself, can we still do this? And they're like, yep, we can do it. Sure thing. Get the new harness, bring it down. They're like, this one isn't going to work. I'm like, what are you telling? Why? It's not the right one. You need the specific one with the specific part number. The one that you got off of Amazon's not going to work. Returned that one, canceled the whole thing again, researched that specific part number, finally managed to get it, and finally got it all upgraded on the third try.
And now his dashboard's on fire in my driveway.
Yeah.
It's a repeat of the Chipmunks.
You're going to be driving and your floor plan's going to drop down and you're going to shut a laptop that's in your passenger seat, just like Fast and Furious.
Fuck yeah. And then it's going to fly out.
So, TV shows, what's been on the agenda lately, guys?
I've been, again, digging into it's not TV shows, but the movie rabbit hole with all the alien stuff. We're at Romulus now. We're also watching, I've seen the first 2 episodes of season 2 of The Last of Us that we can't talk about because Steve hasn't watched it yet.
I'm trying to convince the wife to rewatch season 1 with me because I really think she'd like it, so then we can watch season 2 together, but it's been an uphill battle for sure.
Yeah.
So recently the wife and I watched Delicious in Dungeon. I can't remember if I said that last time I was
a
on
YouTube
here.
show. Right?
No, that's one that's on Netflix if I remember right. It's an anime, but it's basically like Chopped meets Dungeons and Dragons, and it's actually really funny. So we just finished watching that. And then yeah, that's really it. I haven't actually watched a ton of TV. I mostly just been watching YouTube while I work.
Okay. How about you,
I
Nick?
gotcha. We lots of things, but we just start getting into Mobland with Tom Hardy. Would recommend that. That's a really good show. It's got Pierce Brosnan and I think it's the lady that played Adam's Family, the wife.
Angelica Houston.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's not her. She it looks similar to her, but I don't think that's her. Anyways, it's just a crazy mob movie that's based in London. Or not movie, it's a show. Tom's been having an explosion of stuff lately. He also just put up this movie on Netflix. We just watched that the other night. And it's super violent. I'm gonna have to look it up on what it's called. There's been so much he's been in lately. Havoc is what the movie is called.
Cool.
Probably some of the most gruesome shootout scenes I've seen in quite some time. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to put too much out there for spoiler alerts for people, but it's not just a couple headshots and stuff like that. It's full on emptying AK-47 clips into a guy that's like almost laying on top of the damn thing. So that's about as much of it as I'm going to give you.
That sounds awful.
So
Speaking of movies, I did actually get a chance to catch up on some movies when I was flying to and from Louisiana, because you can't do anything else when you're on the plane anyways. I got to see the new Lord of the Rings movie, The War of the Rohirrim, and it was actually pretty good. It's an animated movie, but it's actually very well put together. The story is interesting. Like, if you're into Lord of the Rings, I highly recommend watching it.
I'll check it out.
I think I did see that, but I didn't check that out yet. Yeah, there's still a lot of anime stuff I'm still trying to catch up on. I've got like the last 2 episodes of Attack on Titan I need to finish. And yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff out there.
Nick, honestly, I'm so far behind on anime stuff that I've considered just giving it up.
Fair.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. There's overall, it's not just anime. There's TV shows and movies. There's too much to watch.
Yeah, my list of stuff to watch is ridiculously long. I try to watch that stuff with my wife. Like, there's one show I really want to watch called The Edge of Sleep that I'm trying to convince her to watch. It's supposed to be like a horror thriller sort of thing. And for anybody here know who Markiplier is? He's like one of the biggest YouTubers on earth. He decided to take a jump into acting, and he's the main character in this. So, but I've heard really good things about it. That one's on Amazon, if I remember correctly, and like as soon as it released, it jumped straight to the top of the charts.
Have to check it out. Video games, you doing anything?
I've been trying to get through Tony Hawk 1 and 2 because 3 and 4 is coming out soon.
Did you ever find Skate 2?
I did not.
My nephew got it for his birthday.
What's that?
My nephew got it for his birthday. I'm not sure where they got it at, but probably eBay.
The reason why I haven't sourced it is because there's nothing I can play it on with anything I have currently. So that's the reason why I'm not. I did just try to get on the beta through EA, and I'm still waiting for an email confirmation with that. So I haven't gotten one yet. So I'm trying to think what else.
So speaking of video game news, have you guys seen the drama going around the Switch 2 pre-orders?
You know what? Really quick, let's just take a second and let's go ahead and flip to the Nerd Nook.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I'll be back.
One ring to rule them all.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
We should.
All right.
Yeah,
What do you think?
this is the Nerd Nook time.
Well, hello everybody. This is the Nerd Nook, and we're fucking nerds.
White and nerdy.
What you got for us, Nick?
First off, I got like a few different products that I've been actually testing out myself just because, well, I'm a fucking dork and I need to get all this shit. But my Joy-Cons on my Switch were starting to like kind of like not crap out, but they were just kind of like I got sick and tired of my hands cramping. I got big ass hands,
Yeah.
and so I got these new NYX Joy-Cons I saw online. Trying to kind of showcase these things. So they're wider. There's extra buttons. Let's see what else. This cover, it comes with little different covers and stuff, which I'm just leaving on. But when you power this thing up, it's just like the new Switch. So they light up, and you can change the colors of all of the stuff.
That's not like
So
the new Switch.
You
It's
can
an
get different
OLED.
types of colors in front. Yep. Well, this one, yeah.
Yeah.
The better screen, in my opinion. So, but the functionality of these things are pretty awesome. So you can also change the function. There's turbo buttons on here. So I don't know if anybody needs a turbo button, but it's got one. Also, besides the buttons being programmable and everything, they're very clicky. It's hard to hear. Everything's like it's got a good bounce back with the buttons and everything. Also, each individual one you can mess with the vibrating function, and it increases and decreases. You can make it really strong or really light. Obviously, with the battery power for those Joy-Cons and stuff will probably be sacrificed a little bit with the more you add, the light function and vibration function to it. But so far, I really enjoy it. I think they're like $80, and I think I got an email that I'm just going to give to everybody as like a hookup. The VIP 10 will get you 10% off the order. So I think like with shipping, they're like $70.
Nice.
But yeah, we should just hit them up and be like, give us a code. What sponsor us? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Nick,
So
did you try and take those off of there and put them on the little shit? I forget what they call it. It's that thing that comes with your Switch that you can put your Joy-Cons in if you're playing it docked and you don't have like a Pro controller.
I haven't tried that. I honestly can't remember where I even put mine. This is probably still in the box. I haven't tried that yet. But I wouldn't see why they wouldn't work.
I just wonder how if it'd feel nice, because it was a challenge trying to play with those on that thing, the regular Joy-Cons, to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but
I fucking love
yeah,
the
but
Switch.
the feel of this thing and the size of it now with these other Joy-Cons on here feels like a Steam Deck. I don't know if any
Fucking girthy.
just the comparison and the size and the feel of it. It feels like I actually like have like a adult Switch in my hand. So
yeah,
And
continuing
the
on with my little
Bugs.
teaser for the Switch 2, since we're talking about the Switch here. Like I said, do you guys hear any of the drama going on with the pre-orders with that? Apparently, a bunch of pre-orders are getting canceled because the places that you're putting the pre-orders in can't physically source enough of them. So a bunch of people are getting emails saying like, "Hey, your pre-order's been canceled."
Oh man, I know that Japan alone. I don't know if it's like they're accounted for, if they're real orders and stuff. But Japan, there was 2.2 million pre-orders just in Japan alone.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to be able to cover that.
Yeah.
I think they kind of did. I think they kind of said like we didn't expect that here, So
How do you not expect it for
I,
something?
Right.
yeah. And I don't know. I know we've talked about it, but we could talk about it here. I'm personally gonna wait if I even get one.
Yeah.
I'm in the
I
same
was
boat.
pretty excited about it, and I was pretty excited about that, and I was excited about being able to play some GameCube games I've never been able to play. But man, I think I'm just gonna wait on that.
I do want one, but I do want an OLED screen with it, and I know they're going to come out with one.
Yep, they always do. That's why I'm waiting.
But I do want to play Super Mario or Mario Kart World. Like,
That does look sweet.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
You have to.
I'm just
drive to
surprised that
different
they
places.
couldn't. I'm just surprised that the performance of it, they basically stated that it was like a PlayStation 4 Pro, basically, which, I mean, isn't, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad system, but it's just, to today's standards and what we want is it is a little dated.
Well, you're also not going to get PS5 specs in something that you can hold in your hand that's a half-inch thick. You know,
and I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have an unpopular opinion on this when it comes to gaming on consoles. Like, I'm not buying consoles for like ultra realistic graphics with RTX ray tracing and all that kind of stuff. I'm buying the console because there's games I want to play that I just can't get on a computer. So
Right.
I'm fine with the games not looking the absolute prettiest they possibly ever could, as long as they function well and they're fun.
well, so I think a lot of the Nintendo titles that release make up for that with
Exactly.
their landscapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're fucking
Like the Mario games, Zelda games, Metroid games, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like, they don't need to be like the same as a $4,000 computer. Like, they look great for what they are, and they're fun, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
so.
I just also reading about the upgrades for some of the people that already have the games for the Switch One. I know that they were doing a little bit of a graphical overhauls for a couple of the games. I think Zelda was one of them, and I think it was like an upcharge for that too.
So apparently, if you already own the games and you use the memory from your old Switch or something, it's like a $10 upgrade fee. So you don't
Yeah.
need to buy a whole new game. It's just like a nominal little fee to get the upgraded version.
Yeah.
That'd be
And and I don't know if I don't know Nintendo fanboys. I mean, like everybody's, I'm kind of one. I'm not a diehard Nintendo fanboy, but I know there's been a lot of groans and moans about a lot of that stuff. It just seems like I don't know. To be a gamer anymore is to be like kind of almost a broke gamer. You gotta have funds, to really want to play some of the stuff, or you gotta
Yeah.
really be picky and choosy anymore.
I mean, that's any hobby these days. I mean, video games, board games, trading cards, guns, fish.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
I'll talk about a game that I got pretty recently. I pre-ordered South of Midnight, and as everybody knows, because I talk about it nonstop, I was waiting for that game to come out, and it is not a disappointment. I had a lot of fun with it. Short, I mean, it's like a 14-hour game or 12-hour game or something, but it was fucking awesome.
Was how's the replayability in it? And would you go back and like keep playing it?
Yeah, so
Or is it just kind of a
I-
one and done?
obviously I didn't in 12 hours 100% everything. So now the cool thing is after you beat it, you can pick what chapter you go back into. So if you miss something somewhere, you can go back for it a little easier than having to go back through the whole entire story. But if you do go back through the whole entire story, you get to see it again, and it is phenomenal. And the monsters are
Nice.
just insane looking. They're so cool. They have their own personalities. The voice actors did great. The music is, in some spots, maybe feels a little out of place. But for the most part, the music was absolutely outstanding. I just, it's been a long time since I've played something that just made me that happy. So I would give it, if I'm rating it, man, I don't think I've ever played a 10 out of 10. So I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it's probably the most fun. Besides when I was a kid playing like Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario World and all that stuff, I had a lot of fun with that. But in my adult life, this is the most fun I've ever had with a video game.
That's awesome.
It was just outstanding, and I recommend you try it if you end up getting the Game Pass. It's really awesome.
I'll add it to my
Nice.
giant
Sorry if
Steam wish list that I'm probably never actually going to buy because I don't have hard drive space.
I'm telling you, man, check it out.
sorry, I had to check out the dogs real fast.
You're good.
Yeah. Also, I know there was a couple episodes we talked about the Tony Hawk stuff and everything, on how BAM wasn't going to be a part of it. I guess Tony went back to Activision and said that you're putting him back in. So I guess Bam Margera is gonna be in there, and I don't know if it's true or not. If it was like a fake clickbait stuff, but supposedly his mom April's gonna be a part of it as a
fucking
Oh,
A.
yeah.
character.
I'm telling
I don't
you,
know if
though,
it's true or
Tony
not,
Hawk
but-
tells you to do something and he's in your video game, you're probably going to do it.
Well, it's not like they had to do much anyways. I mean, like his, they've already got him pre-rendered and stuff. They just got to basically just kind of clean it up, I wonder if they'll make the chunkier version of him with the extra tattoos and
That'd
stuff,
be
or
pretty
it's going to be
fun.
the old version.
Yeah. That's
But-
the one I would want to see.
The new one.
Yeah.
Oh, of
I
course.
watched a lot of Viva La Bam. He put April and Phil through so much shit.
I could not fucking stand
Yeah.
those shows when I was younger. Then again, also, like, being a hardcore skater back when I was a kid, like, I fucking hated Bam as a skater. Like, I thought he was awful. The only reason he ever got big was because, his brother's in CKY or something?
Yeah, his brother's a drummer.
I will give credit, though. I actually have seen some videos of him skating recently, and he is much better now than he was back when I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the flexibility as he used to and stuff, but no, I mean, like there were certain things like because I watched a lot of his skateboarding videos and stuff before he did the the Jackass, like the Viva La Bam stuff, and there was some stuff there. He had some skills.
I mean, like, yeah,
So-
compared to amateurs, but compared to like the other pros and shit, like, I thought he was trash. But I mean, this is the equivalent of like yelling at quarterbacks and shit from your couch. So
Yeah, I got it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else besides that. Oh, on the PlayStation Network right now, it's going to be just a few more days until it's up, but PlayStation Network has the RoboCop game up for the PS Plus for free.
Cool.
Been telling a lot of people to check it out because it's a really fun first-person game. I don't know if there's an online mode. I don't know if I'd even play it if it had an online mode, but the game is actually a lot of fun. I didn't have high expectations for it, but I've actually been playing quite a bit of it lately when I can. So
I saw RoboCop, the original, obviously, and then RoboCop 2, and then they remade RoboCop in, like, what was that, 2011 or something
Yeah.
like that.
but wasn't a huge fan. That first movie was kind of where it was at.
I'm going to check it out. I remember seeing it, but so long ago, I don't remember any of it. So I probably just saw bits and pieces or something somewhere. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I remember I saw that when I was a bit younger, and it was back when like that '70s show was huge, and I'm like, holy shit, it's the dad from that '70s show is the bad guy. Just
Yeah.
blew my
Yeah.
mind as like
He's
a
like,
12-year-old or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess the other product I was going to talk about with the Nerd Nook stuff is I don't know if anybody's seen them online and stuff, but the Virtue glasses to be able to play like I mean you can hook this up to your phone, your tablets, your Switch. It works pretty awesome. There's like these extra lenses inside of it that project a screen. That's like I think if you were to watch it like on a wall or something, it's like 120 inches wide or something. It was like basically a big screen, and it's pretty much anywhere that you're looking and stuff. The lenses and everything, like they look like regular sunglasses, but they black out. There's a button where they black out, and these knobs on the top part, they for people that have like bad eyesight issues up front, to be able to focus in on them. So the functionality of these things are pretty awesome. They basically, I think they kind of do everything that those Apple Vision Pros do for like a fraction of the cost. I think these Pro glasses I think are about $400 or a little under $400 right now. These ones are the light versions, so that they're a little bit cheaper, but they do pretty much the same thing. Apple's version of their product, and it only works with Apple products, is like $3,500. So
wow.
yeah, but the only crappy thing is with this like company and stuff, and you have to basically buy these like brick things that it has HDMI cable. There's your Switch C cable and everything in there, and you can basically plug in two basically glasses or another device. But this thing also, it's got really good functionality. This thing also serves as a battery backup for if you're traveling and stuff and you need to power up your phone and stuff. Yeah, this is also a battery backup. So this thing alone right here is pretty well worth it. I think this is an extra buy, and the only thing that sucks about this thing is that if you want to hook up your Switch to it, you gotta have this. You can't just hook in the bottom of your Switch and it just pops up on the screen. It doesn't. I think it needed some kind of like function for that to
So
basically.
it works like a capture card you would use for streaming or something.
Basically, yeah. You also need this for your Steam Deck and all that kind of stuff to work. So I bought an extra thing. It's like I think $19. I sourced all this stuff with OpenBox off Amazon and saved some money. But basically the Switch snaps into it. But the only thing that sucks when you have to like plug into this to plug into the it sees it like it's in dock mode, so you have to have an extra like controller, like a Pro controller, or you have to have like what you're talking about earlier, having that little dock thing to put the Joy-Cons on. So, but it's been pretty awesome. I tried it one night while the missus was sleeping and was just laying in bed, just staring off of this massive screen and playing my Switch. I'd like to take it on like a plane ride or something and check it out, and not have to like stare down at my lap the entire time. You can just like look around, and it does have speakers in the back of it and stuff. And I've had other people checking it out while I was at the shop, and I can't really hear it when people were playing like the Switch and stuff while it was on. It's not super loud, so not everybody can hear it around you. So
They're conductive headphones, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool.
and it comes with extra little like nose tabs and stuff. I go back and forth of taking them off and putting them on so I can see the screen decent. There's also like no real bad like blur around the edges of it or anything like that. Screen's pretty bright. I think it's like I think the Pros are 14 nits, and I think these light versions are 1200 nits. So it's like the clarity and the brightness of what it's projecting is really nice. So
Someday when you
I
bring
guess
it to the shop, if you're not real busy, give me a call and I'll stop up and check it out.
yeah. Or if like this remote stuff, or like next time we're actually all sitting in the same room, I'll bring them over. So
It's just funny now. Like, I remember when I was a kid, like, oh, don't sit too close to the TV. You're going to burn your eyes out. And now we're like, nope, screen on your eyes in glasses.
Can they do 3D?
it does. So you need they have their own app. I've been trying to mess with it on my computer and stuff, and actually had to convert some of my program stuff back to default because it was messing up some programs on my computer, like
Man,
the look of it. But it does have its own app that you can download, and it's supposed to be able to have extra features on like app support with like Netflix and things like that. It streams it out, and I think it makes the screen look like it's even more three-dimensional, and it does have 3D functions. So
if we ever see you going backwards with your arms like in the Matrix, you're watching 3D porn and you're ducking
Yeah.
so you don't get hit
Yeah.
with something.
Admit it, Nick. That's the real reason you got those glasses. Porn.
that real reason.
No, that's really cool. I can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, and honestly, like I was really interested in them, and obviously the wife's like kind of like looking at me like, you don't need that shit, and obviously I don't, and I didn't really need them for anything in particular, but I had some travels I was doing with some convention stuff, so I had the one here in town at the beginning of the month, and then the following weekend I had another convention down in Kansas City, and then I think as soon as we got back. Or was it between conventions that we talked to Kyle? I can't remember.
No, I think you were just getting ready to go to a convention. Yeah, between the two, because you were getting ready to go to the last one.
That's right. It was between the two. So I was acquiring some of this stuff and ordering it. actually the glasses I got off a guy that was selling them on Marketplace, so I was able to like scoop them up at a little bit of a discounted rate and stuff. But I think it was more of a curiosity to just see how they would function and how they'd look. I was hoping that because these have to be plugged in, so they're not just the glasses itself. There is a cord that comes with them that you have to plug into them that just sync onto it. But these are plugged into something. So, but you plug them into a brand new phone, they pop up on the screen instantly. But that was kind of the selling factor. Just like, all right, these work. I'll grab them and kind of check them out. But I was more interested in video gaming with them. So
can you put like a maps application on them and use them like while you're driving and see the map?
I'm sure. So the screen itself, like instead of blacking them out completely, and you can turn down the brightness and everything so they're clear, so you can still essentially walk or still function and still have a screen up in front of your face.
How transparent they are.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess if all of us nerdy gamers out there that are listening still that aren't completely bored to death on me talking about these products, if you got a bunch of money burning a hole in your pocket and want to check out something new, I'd recommend them. There's some other ones on the market, but this one seems like it's been the most functional as far as what it does, as far as like being able to like see through them with if you eyesight problems, because I need readers now because I'm an old bastard. But and the Joy-Cons from NYX, or it's NIX. Anyways, I'm sure we can put up a link and everything.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty cool. I want to check those Joy-Cons out. You sent me a link for those, and
yeah,
I might grab a pair of those. It's hard for me to buy something for the Switch when I'm still conflicted about like, am I gonna get a Switch 2? But
yeah, I mean it's kind of one of those things. I think if people were wanting to just kind of have a slight little upgrade to their old one, because they're going to sit on it and keep using it, because just like us, I know there's a ton of people that are in the same boat, or like, fuck that, I'm going to just wait for the newer upgraded one that's got better battery life, the OLED screen, they might even make it a bigger screen even. So who knows what they have planned for the upgrade that happens, because, well, they do that with all their systems. So
I'll tell you one thing I'm not going to do, and I'm going to get on a soapbox for a second. I'm not going to buy one from a scalper, because those piss me off, and they're part of the problem. And if you're buying shit from scalpers, you're part of the problem. You're why some of the people that want the Switch to just play it can't get it, and they have to buy it for 300% markup.
Yep.
Yeah. I had the first Switch when they first came out. I was lucky enough that I used to work at a shop that was by an old Shopco, that those aren't around anymore. But I happened to walk in one day and they actually had some not even on the shelf. They just had the little ticket things you had to give to the cashier to go get one. So I was like, well, shit, I'm going to buy one, just because, I was thinking like, well, if I don't like it, I'll just turn around and sell it.
Yeah,
and not thinking selling it for more money. I just
going and buying 10 of them on purpose is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to piggyback on your scalper rant, I am experiencing that right now. I got a wild hair up my ass, where I'm like, I just feel like being nostalgic. I want to buy some Pokemon cards. I had those when I was kids. I like cracking the packs. It's just enjoyable. Can't even find them. Like, everywhere, the day it gets stocked up, scalpers just swipe the fucking shelves clean.
I couldn't imagine.
And is that everywhere, like Walmart?
Oh, it's everywhere. Like, I went to Target on Friday, and there was a new thing that was releasing, and it was like Eevee themed, which is my wife's favorite Pokemon. So I'm like, okay, it's got a little accessory. I'll get it for her, and I'll crack the packs open and have some fun. It was 15 minutes after they opened. Shelves were already clear.
There was that many people running back there?
There was no one there when I got there, but the shelves were already clear, and they had said, like, yeah, we have these in stock. Come get them this day. So within 15 minutes of the store opening, they had already been completely wiped.
Jesus Christ.
There was that many people basically waiting in line? Or
apparently.
Honestly, like, I pretty much guarantee that it's probably employees that are just not even putting them out.
Yeah,
could be.
probably. But
Also,
it's all
for
scalpers
themselves.
though, because you see them literally on sale online for 2 to 3 times the price within seconds.
You could also probably people doing the online pickup, like just fucking spamming that shit, and then
Mhm.
they fill that order.
So the funny part is I know that's not the case because I tried to see if I could pre-order it online or do that, and specifically said in store only, not available online, and there was not
Curbside pickup.
there was no curbside pickup option.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I fucking hate scalpers.
I get it. Yeah, I know that was a huge issue with the PS5 for the longest time.
Yeah.
I was able to finally actually like go to a store and get one. Was able to go to GameStop and trade in my PS4 Pro for the PS5, and was able to finally source one. And then that was yeah. I'm actually waiting for an aftermarket case to come that I ordered through this PC company. This guy's actually like making these new covers for the PlayStation. So the PlayStation 5's got that weird long like.
The Seto
I don't know.
Kaiba looking shit.
Yeah.
It just functionality of it sucks, and I'm not a type of guy that I don't get it vertically. I lay it down flat,
Me
and
too.
the functionality of it sucks. The cover is it's actually covering. It's got vents on it, but it's still like the top part of the cover is still covering the fans in it. So I did source a new case for it, but it's been kind of pushed back. And of course, they're blaming it on like these companies that are, molding these things in probably China or something with the tariff stuff. It's delaying everything. So
It'd be cool if you could put one in all the stuff in one of the old PS2, like the thicker cases. That would be cool.
I've actually
I like
seen
that
some
case.
stuff like that before, where they'll take like the new gen systems, gut out an old systems case, and like figure out how to fit it all in there. It looks super cool. I've seen some with like N64s and stuff, where they'll put a Switch in an N64.
oh, nice.
Yeah. So, that being said, we ran a while with the Nerd Nook. We're just about at time. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, there was a list that you guys like talked about recently about some music stuff that we can share, like different bands and songs.
Yeah. So, I was thinking it'd be cool to each of us put like 10 or 15 of our favorite songs in the No Sense Spotify playlist. And then we could make that shareable on our socials or our YouTube or whatever. And people could
Okay.
click on that and go listen to whatever. And maybe give us ideas based off of what we're listening to. Maybe they know something that's not on there that we might like. I just think it'd be a fun way to interact with people.
Yeah, for sure.
That sounds good to me. I know you can see like here in my like art studio downstairs in my basement and stuff, record player right there, and have like I'm just gonna move you around a little bit. I've got like a ton of vinyl that I sit on, so I'm kind of a can't say a music snob, but I don't know. I like all of that stuff, so
That's cool. I haven't listened to a record since I was a kid.
Like, you mean a vinyl record? Or... Yeah. I mean, vinyl is back in vogue huge right now. I got a couple of friends that are super into it and are constantly going to
Yeah.
record shops and buying them. So I've heard vinyl quite a lot recently hanging out with them. But yeah, it's a big thing all of a sudden again. And like even current bands are releasing their new albums on vinyl.
yeah, I am sitting so I can say that check these guys out. This is their first album. This is hardcore. That was I just scored a few records off my buddy Scott that was needing to kind of get rid of some stuff, and then I scored this other Macabre album, so one of my favorites. But I think he didn't even realize on the back of it, it's actually signed by the guys in the band. I don't
Oh,
know
wow.
if
That's sweet.
he knew that, but I was actually able to see them live a few years back here in town, and actually got them to sign my favorite album of theirs, and I was able to like verify with the signatures and stuff that somebody had that signed from them because it's the exact same signature style. So
Nice.
And I have to say this one record here is probably, it's not my most valuable record and stuff, but this is the one I spent the most money on. This is a post-hardcore band from the late 90s. There's some guys in here from a couple bands from like Cro-Mags to Quicksand, and a couple other bands, but that was the only album they ever put out. And I didn't even know that they even put it out on record, and then found out that they put out, I think, 2 or 3 songs, small record with this record. And I think with shipping and everything, I got it. Somebody was selling it out of the UK. I think I probably spent close to $130 to $40 on that one record. So
I'm sure there are records that sell for thousands.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think we're there, aren't we?
So, anyone listening, send us your favorite songs, bands, all that stuff. Shoot it off to the email or on any of our socials. You can reach us at.
It's going to be nosenspodcast25@gmail.com.
Hey, you still got it.
Yeah, and I noticed that when people have been asking about looking up us on Spotify and everything, and it's a bit
Right.
confusing because there's an audio file version of us just called the No Sense Podcast. That's just audio, and then if you look up the No Sense Podcast, that's I
Yeah.
think where
Yeah,
the video
the
side of
is
it.
important to find the one that has the
It
video
is.
and everything.
So I don't know how it happened because even our email address is nosensepodcast25@gmail.com. That's the one that our official podcast is on Spotify registered with. Somehow there is one created for No Sense Podcast at gmail.com without the 25. I didn't create it, so I don't have access to go in and verify anything. So I got a hold of Spotify. They were supposed to close that other account down. So they haven't. But just know, if you're searching for us on Spotify, it's the No Sense Podcast. If you do No Sense Podcast without the, you're going to get our first 3 episodes audio only. But for the No Sense Podcast, to check all our videos out, or you can also listen to those in audio only as well on that same Spotify.
Yeah, and we'll post up like probably I know on our Instagram and stuff. We should put that out there that it's the No Sense Podcast for right now. So
All right. Well, everybody, that being said, thanks for checking us out again. It was, it's fun to have guests, but I also have a lot of fun just the 3 of us bullshitting about random stuff.
sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's some of it might be redundant. Like we might be talking about a lot of the same subjects and stuff, but it's just updates on the boring lives that we have besides work and being in families and stuff, just like everybody else that are probably listening on the way to their jobs and stuff, or what just hanging out.
I mean,
But,
I hope that's what our listeners are here for. They want to hear us. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully we're the draw. We're entertaining enough for y'all, so.
Yeah. Plus, we there's a few other guests that I have in the pipelines that have also been on some TV shows and or have a presence here in Omaha and stuff. So we'll be posting and getting together with those guys soon. But we need to get this video stuff and everything like kind of a little bit more figured out with Streamlabs and a couple other things we're trying to mess with.
Right.
So.
We had it fine when we were all 3 in the studio and we didn't have to remote in anybody. It was good enough. But we want more content. We want more people. We want more information. And we want to give you guys more. So bear with us. We're going to do our best to make it worth your while. And some of our guests might not be awesome, but all of them so far have been great. So hopefully we keep that trend up. And everybody, this has been the No Sense Podcast. Thanks for listening.